All right, question number 7. We want to find the equation of a line with the slope m equals -7 that passes through the point -1, -5, and we want to write the equation in standard form. Okay, so let's go over all those things. So since we're given the slope and a point, we want to use the point slope form of the equation. So that is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, and we're given the slope is -7, and we're given a point that is, which we'll just call it P1. That point is -1, -5. Now it's important to be careful to make sure you label the coordinates of each point correctly. The first one is x, the second one is y. So it's kind of like in reverse order. This one at the back is going to get plugged in first, and the one in the front is going to get plugged in second. So I'm going to plug these three parts in, the slope and the x and y value. So I'm going to have y minus the y value of -5 equals the slope, which is -7, and then parentheses x minus the x value of -1. All right, so once we get that plugged in, we will simplify negative times a negative. These will just turn positive, so this will be y plus 5 equals, and then the -7, I'm going to leave it on the outside, and the minus a negative. Negative times a negative becomes plus, so I'm going to write this as x plus 1. All right, now I'm going to distribute the -7 throughout the parentheses. So we have y plus 5 equals, this will be -7x, and then minus 7. All right, in order to be in standard form, we need x out front, the y on the same side with the x, and then the constant term on the other side. All of these are going to be whole number. This term has to be positive. So if I just look at these and I look at the answer choices, x and y on the same side, they all appear to be in the correct form. We just got to now continue to solve and figure out which one is correct. So I'm going to move the 5, subtract 5. That will leave us with y equals -7x minus 12. And then to get x on the same side, I'm just going to add the 7x. So it's in slope intercept form, but I'm going to move it because I want it in standard form. So plus 7x. And then that will leave us with 7x plus y equals a -12. Okay, so this is what we're coming up with for standard form. 7x plus y equals a -12, and that looks like answer choice D. All right, question 8, we're going to do something similar, except this time we're given 2 points. So we first have to find the slope, and then once we find the slope, we can use either one of those 2 points that we're given, and then we'll plug it into point slope and find standard form. So we first got to recall slope formula. So we have 4, 2, and then 6, 6. So remember slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is my first point, this is my second point, so this is going to be my x2 and my y2. So plugging this in, I will do 6 minus 2. And then on the bottom, I will do 6 minus the x value of 4. This will give me 4 over 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I get 2 as my slope. Okay, so now that I have a slope, I'm going to use point slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I'm going to plug in 2 for the slope, and we can pick any point. I probably pick the smaller numbers, the 4 and the 2. It doesn't really matter. You can use either point, and it will work out the same. So I'm going to say y minus the y value of 2 equals my slope, m is 2, times x minus the x value of 4. And I will, at the same time, I'll go ahead and work it out, plugging in the 6, just showing you that it doesn't matter which one you use, it will work out the same. Okay, so I plugged in the 6 for the ordered pair, still got a 2 for the slope. All right, so I'm going to solve this one first. Y minus 2. This time I don't have to change sign, so I'm just going to go ahead and distribute 2x minus 8. All right, so I'm going to add 2 to both sides. And then that will give me y equals 2x minus 6. And then this is in slope-intercept form, but I want it in standard form, so I'm going to move the 2x over. So I'm going to subtract 2x. All right, so I'll bring down negative 2x plus y equals negative 6. Okay, so this is almost in standard form. Remember, this term needs to be positive. So the way we make this positive is we have to multiply by -1 or divide by -1. And when I do that, I have to divide every term by -1. So all the signs are going to change. And that's going to give me a positive 2x. This is going to be now a minus y. And this is going to be equal to negative divided by negative is a positive. So now this is in standard form. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the other side, just to show you. It doesn't matter which point you use. So I'm going to start out distributing. So I have y minus 6 equals 2x minus 12. I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Y equals 2x. And then this will give me a minus 6. So you can see right here, both of them are the same slope-intercept. So whenever I subtract 2x, from this point on, it's going to be the same. Minus 2x plus y equals negative 6. And then we would have to divide everything by -1. And that will give us a positive 2x minus y equals a positive 6. Okay. So standard form. So actually looks like they don't. I guess they've updated it. It used to be that this front term had to be positive. It looks like they're leaving it negative. So negative 2x plus y minus 6 matches with C. So I guess they've updated, or you don't have to have that positive. You used to have to have that positive. Now looks like you don't.